Hey Libra, welcome to your mid-June 2021 general reading. Sorry, missed out on uploading a full June reading. I was just taking some time to rest as we entered eclipse season. So I hope you're not feeling too hurt about it, but I'm back. So we'll just dive right in. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Check your sun, moon, rising, and midheaven for more. And we're going to start off with some oracle cards, and then we'll move into tarot. Tarot? I don't know why I said it like that, but okay. Maybe something surprising or delightful surprise. Maybe some information is being revealed at this time. Maybe it was a sign, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just comic relief. Who knows, right? So interesting. I'm going to keep some of these cards that came out. Okay, so we have more than 3 that I pulled. Now, the first card we have is Reflection, Libra, Ripple, and then Migrate and Water came out at the same time. Now, Water was in my hand, not flipped over, and then Migrate was the one that was up, like, facing me when those 2 cards came out. So it's very interesting. I feel like there are some emotions that need to be waded through before making some type of move or changing a space. It's like I feel like you're preparing yourself, or you're having certain, just because I'm going to skip ahead to these 2 cards. I feel like you're going to figure out or find out someone's feelings about you, or the feelings that fuel a situation that inevitably give you the closure that you seek in order to make moves. Or maybe someone, for some of you, because I'm getting it a few different ways, maybe some of you are finding out that someone has certain feelings and it's causing a certain shift or change. Maybe someone is moving away from you. Maybe there are certain realizations that a job or a relationship just isn't working, and this eclipse season is about taking time to really sift through your own feelings and have some grounded emotional processing, right, in order to decide what change actually does need to happen. Because maybe you're considering a change in directions. Something that brings you more joy, some of you may be moving to a warmer climate, maybe before the winter, or you're moving closer to friends and family, people that lift you up and create a sense of warmth with you. Because maybe where you're at right now just feels cold, or it feels, and I don't just mean cold as in temperature, I mean like cold as in sterile or unforgiving, hardened. Maybe in some way you've actually matched that environment. Maybe in some way you've tried to match what your surroundings are, but it's been at the cost of your own self-expression, your own freedom, your own creative freedom, right? Your own capabilities and what makes you unique. And so with this Reflection and this Ripple card, I feel like it's something about you that needs to make waves. When I'm thinking, like, it's like someone looking into a pool of water and then deciding if, like, throw a rock in it or something. It's like figuring out what heaviness has kind of distorted your reflection or vision of yourself. Maybe someone has thrown rocks at you, which has caused you to really look within and assess whether or not you're the cause of a situation, or maybe there's a different way that you can communicate or to go about things. But it's like you're almost sitting there with like a suggestion box, because it's like maybe you've gone so far deep into something, you've kind of lost a bit of your essence or a bit of your edge in the process. And so some of you may be wanting to go for a vacation or a retreat or something in order to tune back in and rebuild that relationship with yourself, reclaim that relationship with yourself. And for some of you, it could be you trying to go and maybe go on a retreat, or seek counseling, or go move in a different way in order to save a relationship, or some other type of space or collaboration, right? Here at the bottom of the deck, we have shackles. So this could indicate maybe some type of codependency, maybe being sucked in, because many of us, humans are naturally empathic. So it could be where someone is just kind of like an emotional suck, or you feel like at a point where maybe you're not feeling very much because of the way that you have to show and kind of move through the world right now. And you're really trying to reclaim or find yourself, find your footing, find your ground, find what lights you up in some way, shape, or form here. And it takes you needing to, because it's like part of you wants to figure out what you want to create next. Maybe you're dissatisfied with what you've got and what you have. Maybe it's not really calling to you, and so you're going through the motions. It feels very shallow. You want more depth in your life. And so you're really wanting to paint a new picture here. But in order to do that, you have to go explore, whether that is exploring within or exploring the outside world, or the both simultaneously. I feel like some of you may be encouraged to get a journal and start journaling, writing stuff down, getting into a creative space and putting pen to paper, capturing ideas, inspiration, letting yourself pour out onto the page emotionally at this time in order for you to recognize what's been holding you back. Maybe you haven't had the time to stop. Maybe you have been in a space where you've been a bit tied down and therefore haven't really had the ability to move about freely through your day. Maybe your day is really rigid in terms of your schedule, and so you're really wanting a break so you can release everything that's kind of brought up that you've had to suppress in order to keep moving and keep going. Here at the other side of the deck, we have the Seasons card. And it's like there's part of you that just recognizes this is only temporary. So maybe you're taking on some type of project, you're going into something short term that may feel really intense, or where you may feel like you have to cast certain things aside in order to remain focused. But it's like, just make sure that you have something on the other end, that you have those things within your process that help sustain you. Otherwise, you may feel extremely depleted toward the end, and then it's all going to be for naught, because you're going to feel so much depletion that you're going to have an aversion to whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you've dedicated yourself toward for the time being. Let's see. We're going to pull some tarot. And for some reason, I'm getting the cream rises to the top. So it's like if you take your time, because the thing is, I think like when you agitate milk, it creates like the butter or the cream, like you see like the butter churners. I think that's how that works. But anyways, it like agitates like the fat or the richness out of it. And so there needs to be some type of movement, some type of motion in order for that richness, that stuff that we delight in, the stuff that that has like the fat and like the nourishment and the calories, and that delicious taste. It's like there's something about moving about and changing things up, maybe churning it out, that brings a certain amount of satisfaction, that allows things to come to the surface. And so it's like, maybe it's just something that you're doing, pushing through in order to make your life better. And so it's like, stay focused on that. Just be willing to do your best to sustain yourself through it, as well as maybe milk the situation for all that it's worth. So taking advantage of every little bit of connection, information, resources that are available to you at this time. So the cards that we have here, we have the Chariot reversed, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the High Priestess. So with the Chariot, I would say here, it's like, maybe just do your best not to be overly controlling, to kind of go with the flow. Maybe you're striving for a certain amount of perfectionism that's just not possible of being attained. Maybe you're doing something that is a little more creative, or works on a more subjective level. It's not as objective, right? And so bringing a certain amount of like control or rigidity into the work. It'll actually like have you wasting more energy in some way. That's just kind of what I'm getting here. As well as with this 8 of Wands and the Ripple card, I feel like things are moving fast. And it may be kind of, it's like catch the wave. It may be difficult to catch the wave. You're not sure which wave to catch. So maybe it's just a matter of letting things flow through you and letting it process as you move along. Or maybe you feel things are kind of getting lost, like your mind is like a sieve or something like that. And so it's like as soon as it's in, it's back out. It's like one ear and out the other. Maybe there's a different way where you can start to allow yourself to play with information if a lot of information is coming your way. Maybe you need to learn other the way you actually do learn, your best learning practices, right? Are you an auditory learner? Are you a visual learner? You know, do you learn through action, through experience, right? And it's like, are you allowing yourself to explore all those different ways in which you can accumulate and retain this information? Or maybe whatever you're working on, are you catering it for people with all different learning types and capabilities, right? And then we have the High Priestess here. And so it's like there's something about maybe being able to observe others' methods, perhaps something about sharing information or data that's really important, and being able to glean some type of knowledge or wisdom from that. So there could be something about the exchanging of ideas here, really not to trying to control or maybe contain anything, but maybe it is the process of letting it all flow. Because here at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands, and it could just be resistance to having to work so hard. And it's like, well, sometimes we're not meant to work super hard. Maybe we do kind of want to relax and soak things in. Like it's almost like they're meditating and allowing themselves to recharge for a second, allowing all of those downloads to kind of flow through and be kind of locked into our energy field. That way, when the information is necessary, it comes up instead of confusing ourselves, trying to apply the wrong information to the wrong type of situation, right? It's like poor application of knowledge. And then we have the Queen of Swords on the other side of the deck, which is suggesting to me doing your best to remain in a non-judgmental state and not being too cold. There's something here about allowing yourself to embody and have some type of human connection and experience to whatever it is that feels scattered and overwhelming. It's like there's another way to process it that allows you to experience the information or whatever is coming forth in a way that is applicable, right? Maybe you're seeking some type of advice for a situation and you're not yet being given the answer, but it's like as you move through and remain observant, the answer kind of comes through from within you, right? Or just like you're not quite sure, you're trying to do something right. Maybe you started a new job or something, and you're inundating yourself with information about all these different ways that something can be done without actually experiencing the flow of the space that you just started working in or operating in. So it can come in many different ways, shapes, and forms, but I feel like if you just make an adjustment to a more experiential approach, you're going to be able to make the change and to feel more stabilized in whatever change does occur, whatever shift or transition has happened or is about to happen. So be mindful of that, Libra. So anyways, that is what I have for you. If you would like to donate or book a one-on-one reading with me, just check the description box below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time. Bye for now, Libra.